Shares in Deutsche Bank are moving higher after earnings at Germany's biggest bank beat estimates. First quarter profits rose 17%, 1.7, after a record performance at its consumer banking and asset management businesses. Investment bank earnings, though, they fell, but not by as much as its biggest US rivals, the likes of Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. So my next guest has been recommending his clients buy Deutsche Bank stock for the past 12 months. Konrad Becker has been in the banking industry for 19 years now. He's an analyst at Merck Finck, joins me live now from Munich. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Appreciate your time. Just wanted to start by asking you about investment banking revenue at Deutsche Bank, how it compares to Deutsche Bank's US rivals and indeed the Swiss banks as well.
I think the investment banking operations of Deutsche Bank are clearly showing that the bank has achieved to increase its market share. They were rather successful in commodities trading. They were rather successful in RBS trading. In the other areas, credit trading, they were not so successful, but this is comparable to what the US peers have shown.
I mean, the first year is usually the strongest, isn't it? Especially for the investment bank. So can we expect them to improve or sustain the performance they've already put in to reach their end-of-year target?
If we have a normal year under normal conditions, then we have to expect lower investment banking revenues throughout the year. Because in the first quarter, many deals which are valid for the entire year, mainly securing FX prices, securing commodity prices, are done in the first quarter and will not repeat in the next.
Okay, so a tough year for investment banking. How realistic is it that they'll be able to build up the consumer banking side of the business enough to offset difficulties in investment banking throughout the year?
What we have seen in the first quarter already is a strong improvement in the private banking and asset management operations. So I expect that we will see a slight improvement in this area throughout the year.
And how has the private wealth arm been developing off the back of the acquisition of Postbank?
The acquisition of Postbank has developed better than expected. What we have seen in Germany is that consumer spending has improved a little bit, so a retail bank like Postbank is benefiting from this.
And looking ahead, there's been talk, anticipation of restructuring of Greece's debt. How exposed is Deutsche Bank to Greece and Portugal?
I would think if you assume a haircut in Greece and Portugal, it would not hurt the equity base of Deutsche Bank. So it would reduce its earnings in a very, very reduced way. So I think the direct consequences of a haircut, meaning write-downs on sovereign debts from these countries, are very, very limited for Deutsche Bank. But the problem is nobody knows what will be the indirect consequences of such a step, because many people are fearing that a haircut of Greece would have comparable consequences as the bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers 2 years ago. If this should occur, in this case, Deutsche Bank will suffer from this haircut due to lower operations in the investment banking, due to higher prices for funding. So the problem are the potential indirect consequences of a haircut in Greece and Portugal.
Good to get your nuanced analysis. Thank you so much, Konrad Becker of Merck Finck.